What's up guys, Kyle with Cobalt for another one of our Fish Geek videos. Today we're part one of our three-part series on filter medias. We're going to be taking a look at carbons today, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe. That way you get part two, part three notifications. Let's dive right in. Alright, so here at Cobalt we have two different kinds of carbons. We have a pellet carbon, which is this guy right here, our Super Pellet, and we have a granular carbon, which is our ultra carbon. Now I know what you're thinking, why do you have two different kinds of carbon? Don't they do the same thing? Well, kind of. So with the pellet carbon, you'll see it's a much larger pellet shape versus the granular carbon, which is going to be much finer, almost like little grains of sand. And the big difference is that the granular carbon has more surface area, so it's going to work a lot faster, but the pellet carbon, being a bigger piece, is going to last a bit longer. On average, your carbon lasts about month or so. The pellet carbon is going to be about a month and a half to 2 months, again depending on how stocked your aquarium is. The nice thing about carbon is that carbon pulls out just about every contaminant you can think of. Medications, it pulls out colors, it pulls out odors, tannins that leach out of wood, things like that. If you got a friend over and they knock something into your tank, throw some carbon in there because it pulls out all the bad stuff that comes in. So with the Super Pellet being a larger size, a lot of people like to use these in canister filters. Because it lasts a bit longer, you don't have to get in your canister filter as frequently and clean it out. I know that can be kind of difficult for a lot of people. With the granular carbon, it's ideal for sumps or situations where you can pop it in a media bag, pull it out and dump it when it's exhausted and put fresh carbon right back in. So both of these carbons work great in these media bags here. These are our fine mesh media bags. With the Super Pellet carbon, it comes in two different sizes. You're going to have a 9.5 ounce jar that'll treat up to 40 gallons of water and a 16 ounce jar that treats up to 70 gallons of water. If you've got a tank over 70 gallons, for every 50 gallons over, you'll add another one of the 9.5 ounce jars. And remember, with carbon especially, you really can't overdose. If you've got a very heavily stocked tank or you're really trying to remove something really quickly like a medication, you can always add more carbon. You can't go too much. With the ultra carbon, a 5 ounce jar treats a 30 gallon tank, an 8.5 ounce jar treats up to 60, a 13.5 ounce jar treats up to 100 gallons, and then for everything over 100, add another 8.5 ounce jar for every 50 gallons past that 100 gallon rate. So that's everything you need to know about carbons. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, that way you can stay tuned for part two and part three. In part two, we're going to be talking about our resins, and in part three, all of our blended media. Alright guys, stay tuned for the next Fish Geeks video.